John Maxwell once said that the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is not that of their abilities, but of their sheer desire to reach their full potential. Hello and welcome. I'm Avneet Kohli, and this is MindShift. Good evening and welcome to MindShift, a live interview series where I bring to you the best minds across science, spirituality, and business to help you invest in self mastery. My intention with this show is to simply be the catalyst that facilitates clarity, clarity that helps you overcome various roadblocks on your path to success and satisfaction. Well, MindShift is my baby, and I think today I'd like to begin the episode with a very, very simple question. I'm actually very curious to know that how much of what you learned in school do you really use in your day to day life? Is it 10, 20, 30%? What is that number out of 100? Hit the comments box and let me know how much of what you learned in school do you really use in your day to day life? Well, today, the world that we live in today is changing so fast, but our education system is still based on the foundation of what was required in the industrial age. Schools and universities mass produce candidates in batches, raise them in a way to follow instructions, and they're made to believe that for them to be successful in life, they need to only focus on landing a well paid job. I wonder why I truly learned trigonometry, integration, differentiation, calculus, all these funny topics. Because at the end of all that time and energy, I don't think that I have learned to integrate my mind, body, and spirit still. So I truly have a question, which is to our education system today, which is what is it that we need for our future generations to prepare, to be happy, to have a holistic life where they feel fulfilled while they are successful? Well, in today's episode, I have a very, very special guest who's going to be addressing the same. Hold on to that thought as I bring in our first guest and our special guest actually today.
Welcome to the Yoga Institute, and here people learn how to live. Yoga is a way of life, science of living. Every human is a very unique personality. I would say sample by itself.
In yoga, we always say that the human body should look beautiful. But that body becomes beautiful only when internal yourself is beautiful.
The world's oldest yoga center is turning 100.
Shoulder and your hands. Yes.
Nestled in Mumbai, Santa Cruz, this institute was founded in 1918 by the father of modern yoga renaissance, Yogendra.
President Ramnath Kovind today inaugurated the centenary celebrations of the Mumbai-based Yoga Institute, which was earlier this year selected for the Prime Minister's Award for Outstanding Contribution for Promotion and Development of Yoga.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, join me in welcoming the director of the Yoga Institute and the president of the International Board of Yoga, Dr. Hansaji Yogendra. Namaste, Hansaji.
Namaste, namaste. Nice to see you here. Very nice to meet youngsters, and energetic people to learn something more. I'm very glad. Yes, Avneet.
Hansaji, I cannot explain to you how happy I am to see you here today. For all the viewers who are watching, I need to share with you that I was at a very crucial juncture in my life where, bhatakte bhatakte, I landed up at the Yoga Institute in Mumbai. And Ma has played such an important role in answering some of these very evolutionary life questions that I had at that point. And today I'm meeting with her after 5 years. And Saji, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for giving me your time. I know you have, been awarded by Prime Minister Modi. You are a Bharat Bhushan holder. You're on the National Council of Education. There's so much work that you do in the institute, outside the institute, on government policy. The list of everything that you do is endless. And in spite of that, you took the time to come here. I am honored.
Thank you. I'm also glad to be with you. Such a vibrant girl who came to learn, and then he has applied those things into life. You see what happens? People listen. People listen to the advices also, directions also, but application very few do. You have done that, and you have done, and you are so clear how we should go about in our life, and that's what you are now teaching. So I'm very glad, very happy. Whenever you want, I'll be there for you.
Thank you so much, Hansaji. That means so much. Today, whilst you're here, Hansaji, the problem I feel today is I know that it is the time of a virus. I know, there's a lot of distraught in the air. People are wondering what is going to be the near future. They don't know what to look forward to. Mothers are pulling their hair out in homeschooling when they don't even know whether what they're teaching their children is going to be relevant, 6 months or a year from now. So, Hansaji, when we talk about the education system today, which I began the episode by saying it's still based on that foundation stone of what was needed in the industrial age, of producing batches of human beings who are, they're mechanical in their behavior, have one belief that, okay, we get a job and that is our security and our, benchmark of success in life. So, to bottom line my question, what do you think needs to change in our current education system?
Well, our current education should be focusing, no doubt about these subjects, like languages are very much required. We should have one good language which we could communicate in India and with the world. So Hindi and English. Little maths is required, little physics is required, but mainly biology is required. Every child should know what is bodies, how every organ of our body is functioning, how our organ, when it's not attended well, can create so many problems. So somewhere this area should be highlighted more, that every organ has to be taken as a science and not given an undue importance to sex and to certain other things which people get attracted to. If scientifically you see the body, you will not see body differently. So this scientific body and body functioning should be known. But then more than all these subjects, what is more important is human mind, how human mind functions. Now we should teach children, why did you get angry? What made you angry? Now what you should do when you are angry? Shout back or hit or throw, or there is another way. So children should start thinking that how they can behave still saner way and yet not hurt themselves and others. How they get hurt, how weak people get reactive and angry, not the strong people. So they should understand that they have to become strong, capable. So they should not behave this way, they should behave that way. Some training, some learning about emotions, about mind's capacity, about how to train the mind should be given. And in all that area, first thing, what yoga aims at, to go beyond our sensory organs. You see, our eyes are showing you the world. Now you get affected by the world. Something which is attractive, you get attracted to. But we should know that, is it right? good for me or no. Similarly, ears make you to hear. So all our sensory organs make what we are. But yoga aims at going beyond sensory organs
mm,
and show you something different, which is called as reaching beyond that. And here you are reaching to your more inner self and to more capacity. You see, have you ever heard about when you think about somebody, that somebody also thinks about you? And so it's called telepathy. Now you
telepathy.
really
Yeah.
enjoy these things. Or when you try and are worried something is lost, but you quieten yourself. You search, but then something is lost and you quieten yourself. And then in the morning, when you get up after a good sleep, some thought comes to you that go and see there, and you see there and you get it.
Mm,
Something is lost, but you find it. All such capacity every child can experience, and not get disturbed because something is lost. You have lost your key, or you have lost your book, or you have lost your pen. Now you will get it if you learn to keep your mind quiet and be inwards and be still. Don't think too much, but then you get the answer from within. First, you have to use your intellect and find out where did I go, what did I do, how did I manage. But after that, you have searched everywhere. Then you should learn to keep quiet and then allow your inner self to work with you. So, all such training should be given in school. Physically, how to keep body with full of energy, your muscles, how they should be used. That's why I said biology, because the muscles, how they should become strong, capable. So I believe that in schools they should be definitely going through lots of physical activity. So all these games, all
mm.
such games should be taught to them. Then all our expressions like dance, like singing, music,
Cultural arts. Yeah.
that should be very much part of our training.
Mm,
Everybody should learn. Every child should learn few steps of dancing. Well, these are all make your personality. You're in your body, you get that rhythm and that rhythm in your body, you get that music, and then you start seeing music in the nature, and you start really tuning yourself with the nature, and so on and so forth. So these trainings also are also very, very important. Health angle, that if at all you catch cold, why do you catch cold, what to do to come out of that, or why do you have a stomach ache, what to do to come out. So all such training also goes along with the schooling. So in schoolings you do teach them asanas, you do teach them to sit at one place and be quiet for some time, and then you do teach them to get more energetic, so do certain other asanas to bring more energy. You do teach them to see that you exercise your extremities, exercise your spine, exercise your stomach, so you know your body thoroughly well, and you learn all these things during schoolings, and that would be great. You see, in the institute, the founder of the institute, Sri Yogendraji, and then the Dr. Jaydev, they have worked very hard to bring education into school, and where our curriculum is very different than the usual curriculum, where they teach certain asanas on first standard, certain asanas second standard, nothing more than in yoga they teach only asanas, and sometimes holding the breath, or sometimes sitting quietly for 2-3 minutes. But we have to teach them other things, how you feel, how you should be contributing to others, how you should understand somebody's situation, and learn that if you can do something about it, do something about it, and so on and so forth. So, it's training in school. We have to teach them about life, what life really is. And this life science is what yoga aims at. So, yoga deals with psychology, yoga deals with philosophy, and the technology. So, all these things should be taught practically through nature, through birds, animals, flowers, mountains, and all that in childhood. And then directly after the age of 10, 12, the direct teaching. But all these things should happen in school. And
Hansaji, I am listening to so
where,
many things where I am wondering what is it that is needed and what are we actually doing? It's a shock because I heard you say life skills, I heard you say self-awareness, I heard you saying body awareness, I heard you saying having that internal discrimination power, knowing what is right, what is wrong, how to manage emotions. Because today I think all of this, because of a lack of being able to manage the body, the emotions, the mind, is where people lead to burnout. They lead to mental health issues, mental illness. And they say that right now we have a virus oriented pandemic, but after this, we have a mental pandemic which is coming in because so many people have lost their jobs, have lost lives, have lost loved ones, are coping with uncertainty and fear. So, what is your take on everybody who does not have that opportunity to go back to school, but they are millennials, they are working professionals, and how do they overcome this fear and anxiety?
okay, now the whole issue is um, we have to understand that we have tremendous capacity within us. We should understand that external world is changeful. What is there today may not be there tomorrow, and so on and so forth. World can't remain the same. It has to go through changes, and change is always for our good. Don't think that it is bad. Change will tremendously do good to us, and because of change, we become more capable, more strong, more having understanding about life and all that. Every human should understand that he is a unique personality, and you are not a you are
Sample by
different
itself.
than others by itself. You are different than others. So what you think others may not think like that. What is helpful to you may not be helpful to somebody else. So you are not depending on somebody for your direction in life. You have to depend on your own self by understanding your body's capacity, mind's capacity, your emotions, and so on. So, first of all, the whole approach should be going inwards and not external. External, if one opportunity goes the way, understand this. If one opportunity goes away, since change is constant in the world, another opportunity is bound to come. If one door closes, another door is going to open. You don't have to create anxiety and tension about job and all that. Be very, very clear. New situation, new opportunities, new way of looking life. Don't hold on to your past. Learn to live in present and just see that you will notice that with this new opportunity, there will be many, so many situations will come when you will thank that how nice now we are into this situation. So instead of worrying about future and getting anxious about future, learn to be in present. Future, who are you to worry to get into this? Why are you thinking about future? Nobody even knows about it. So right now you think about present. That discipline we have to bring in our life. We don't have that discipline. The moment mind is free, mind goes in future. You don't and worry and then anxiety, or your mind goes in past. But learn to live in present. Learn to see. This is the episode which happened in Mahabharata at that time when the Arjun was absolutely, helpless, and he said, "I'm not going to fight. What will happen if I kill my guru and my grandsire? Or if I don't want anything," and so on. Krishna had to tell him, "Do your duty as a commander in chief of your army. What is your role right now? Do your duty right now. What will happen? Don't even worry, because what will happen, who knows? You just do present your this part well. And if you are doing this part well, result is going to be correct. It cannot be bad. If you are not attending to your present, then the whole problem. If you are living in past, then the problem. Unfortunately, we people, the mind, if that mind is not kept in a right direction, it can create a hell for you. It can create a havoc for you. It can bring all diseases, all problems for you. This human mind. And this mind needs attention, mind needs direction. Yogis continuously say that human mind is highly capable mind, but it needs right direction. Otherwise, it's going to bring pain, suffering, and problem only. So first strict rule is that watch yourself, understand your mind, and see to it that it learns to live in present. My timetable, my routine should be fixed. Right now, everybody is under anxiety and tension. Everybody in the family. Children are also under tension, grown-ups, ladies, men, everybody is under tension because it is very abnormal situation.
Hmm.
But in this abnormal situation, what you are supposed to do, you are just supposed to see that you have a very healthy routine, a routine which directly caters to your health. Your health needs certain attention, so you should give certain attention. Like you are supposed to, and how health is taken care of by, number one is food, right type of a food. Don't eat anything junk right now because everywhere there is a tension. So eat 4 times in a day, eat only that much so that you get hungry after 4 hours. So you are observing your body, and try to see that with every meal you have a glass full of liquids, because so much of hydrochloric acid is poured into your body because of your anxiety and tension and worry, that you need to dilute it all the time. And so with every meal a glass full of liquid is required. So your breakfast will have a glass full of liquid, a herbal drink like water boiled with ginger, lemongrass, you see, mint leaves. Boil water with these leaves and then drink that water. You can add milk if you want to, or add little jaggery or unrefined sugar and have a nice glass full of liquid and something to eat. And the best food you should eat is nuts, because they are power-packed things. You see,
Hansaji,
lots
we
of...
should take this liquid with our meals, like with the food or after the food.
No, with food.
Okay.
Liquid. With food, you should not have water. Don't keep water on your dining table. Always keep these liquids. Something which needs digestion is required. Water washes away the digestion, dilutes your digestive juices. So liquid. So this type of a liquids, herbal drink in breakfast. People usually have tea, coffee. Instead of tea, coffee, you should have this such healthy drink. And something to eat. In that, always have nuts, preferably nuts, dry fruits like almonds, 5 to 6 almonds, very good, required. And soak them. All these nuts should be soaked. Pistachio, kajus, and walnut, hazelnuts. Any of these nuts are little of everything would be very good food. Uh, Dates, figs, apricots, all these things also, and that would be a just very wholesome food. Even legume like a groundnut is fine, but it should be boiled, cooked, and eaten. These nuts could be soaked. More you soak things, they are easily absorbed and digested in your body, and that's going to do good. Because you are under tension, you have to do all these things more, since your every capacity is poor right now because of tension. Second would be lunch. In lunch, the liquid would be buttermilk, curd, diluted, and put little salt and cumin seed and make it into charge, what we call as charge. That could be a good liquid glass full of it. And have some food to it, different types of chapatis, different types of breads, whole wheat breads, dals, sprouts cooked and eaten. You could have rice, you could have dal, any of these things that could be your lunch, but a glass full of charge, butter. Then evening 4 o'clock, again you may have a glass full of lemon juice. I would strongly tell people to take lemon juice. High dose of vitamin C is required. So lemon juice, amla, that gives you a good amount of vitamin C. And vitamin C is the treatment for cold, cough, sinusitis, asthma. And so you must take vitamin C regularly. And so lemon juice. What else? little honey or jaggery and take that as a nice drink, and something nice to munch, something like, roasted chanas, very
Hmm.
healthy food,
Hmm. Hmm.
puffed wheat, puffed rice, puffed corns. These are
Hmm.
simple, light food to be munched. They are healthy and tasty food,
Digest easily.
crispy and nice. And then dinner. Dinner should be not very heavy at all. Dinner should have a glass full of soup, if soup you bake, or mixed vegetable soup, or could be tomato soup, or any tomato carrot mixed soup, or beetroot tomato carrot beetroot mixed soup. Such soups you can make, glass full of that you should drink. And something to eat, whatever is required, but lighter in sense. Okay, khichdi, we I would strongly recommend khichdi, rice and dal mixture, cooked and
Hmm.
eaten, and so on, or whatever you feel is available, you should eat. But the point I'm trying to make is that you should have a discipline when you are eating, because organized, disciplined life, when you have, your body's rhythm becomes very natural. Body doesn't take stress, body is very relaxed. One day you eat, one day you are doing fasting, one day you overeat, one day you don't have hunger. That type of life would create more stress, more problem. And
Hmm.
so this is one area where we have to take care to manage the stress. Another area is rest, recreation, and sleep. And
Hmm.
point is, before food is the time for exercise, and after food is the time for relaxation. So before breakfast, before lunch, before snack, and before dinner, 4 times in a day you may do something. So either you are doing asanas, or you are walking, or you are climbing. I always say at least climb 5 floors and come back. Very good exercise. Or you are doing swimming, but swimming you can't go out right now. Just forget about that. So these are healthy exercises. Best is walking and climbing.
Hmm.
Walk in your own house, in your own room, from one corner to another corner. Walk. You see, our founder Sri Yogendra, he used to just walk in our room, one corner to another corner. He would look at the watch for 20 minutes. He would be walking regularly at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then during day also he would be walking. They keep
The bare
walking.
minimum that you can do in your space. Walk,
Yes,
climb, basic, just to be active.
exactly. So be active. But after you eat food, that's the time for 15-20 minutes. Learn to be quiet.
Hmm.
Be totally quiet, relax, and stop thinking. We think too much, no? We are dealing with mind. Stop thinking. So how would you stop thinking? By listen to some music, watch birds and animals and flowers, and just enjoy the beauty around, but don't think. Don't say, I want this flower, where would I keep it, or this bird. Don't do that. Just tell your mind, no thinking, just be. Learn to remain in a being state. Just, and that really helps your mind to recoup. So you will have lots of energy then, and then you will think very clearly. So switching off for mind, strolling a bit. After food, don't sit again on your table and start working. Stroll a bit. At least 100 steps you should put. So such discipline is required. And then a good sleep, even recreation, some hobby, something you should have in life for our emotions. So again, that's why I said that dancing, singing, playing some games, some hobbies. Come on, table tennis, or just with a ball playing. Just do certain games for your lung capacity, blowing off, blowing out of balloons, and then playing with balloons, and find out if the family is there. Family together can play together, and that would really be entertaining. But
Hansaji, do you think it's bad to have desires? Is it
desires,
bad to have desires?
no, not at all. But desire should be organized, planned well. I desire to go to moon, but then what? I
Hmm.
should know how to, and how much should I do, and what to go about. Desires could be anything. It has to be very, very clear what you want. Desires need proper systematic planning. Best is first learn to live happily.
Hmm.
Learn to live happily, sleep well so that your hormones are secreted well in your body, so your body is healthy. But if you desire for something, then you should plan out well that what do you want. It's question of keeping a goal in mind. Desire
Hmm.
would be something like keeping goal in mind and reaching towards that. So you work on that, but don't have that strong feeling that if I get, I'll be happy. If I don't get, I will just finish myself. This youngsters, they think in that fashion. You love some girl or some boy and you desire to marry. Okay, now you should know very well. First of all, the essence would be love,
Hmm.
and desire should not overtake you. If marrying, that how do we go about? How you should communicate? What are the things which you like in each other? What are the things which need to be corrected? All these things have to be thought about and then systematically plan and go ahead in life. But the love should remain. I have seen love just goes away, or
Hmm.
love creates negativity and hatred and problem, which is so unfair, so wrong. You want to marry some girl and that girl wants to marry somebody else, so now you don't like it. Now life doesn't go like that. You see, there is a very nice joke about Mark Twain. Mark Twain once said that if you are going to market and you see a big heap of tomatoes, a big heap of tomatoes, and your eye is on that one big tomato which is at the center, and you are about to pick that up, but somebody picked it up.
Hmm.
Many people come to buy, no, in market. So you don't sit and cry, do you? You select some another tomato, and that's so simple as that. So here you are, you love some girl, somebody, she went with somebody. That doesn't mean that you have to feel frustrated and put yourself down. That's fine. You can again live your life normal, and you will always find somebody. If one door closes, another door opens. So always find somebody, and that would be no problem at all. But getting frustrated, negative, and that childlike behavior that I want this toy only, nothing else.
Hmm.
That's where we do mistake. No, we are behaving like a little child who has no sense. So we should definitely have a little clarity about whatever we are doing, why we are doing, what's the purpose behind it. You
And
want
Saji, they say, that the root of all evil is desire. So, it makes us wonder because, my generation, neither are we in, what do you call it? We are Gen X, we're not, okay, I forget the X, Y, Z, but we're not absolutely there. We're the millennial age, where
yeah,
at one side, when we went to school, they would tell us that the education system is such where it's all about measuring performance, looking at your results. But when we come into the real world and we do whatever we do, then we are told that, oh, put in your effort, but don't look at the result, don't get attached to the outcome, have organized desire. So how do you draw this correct
see,
balance?
understand. We in Bhagavad Gita we say that do your job with best of your capacity, but result is never in your hand,
Hmm.
because world is continuously changing, person is continuously changing. Somebody likes you today, tomorrow he may hate you. Somebody may be cooperative today, tomorrow he may not cooperate. Somebody loves you. So all these changes are always going to be there, and human mind continuously changes. What he has, he doesn't value that. What he doesn't have, he rushes for that. that
Hmm.
human mind that human mind has to be understood well. So result, as long as results are concerned, you should see result cursively. You should Result should not make you happy or unhappy. Work should make you happy or unhappy. If you are doing the work properly, you will feel really happy, enthusiastic, energetic. But if your mind is not at work, you will not feel happy. If you are doing it casually, that would be wrong. So work itself is going to give you energy, joy, and that's it.
Result is just an additional thing. Look at result. If it is correct, fine, you are happy. If it is not correct, decide where you should make changes and move ahead in life. Where is the problem? Make changes and go ahead in life. But result should not make you unhappy or excited if you are getting a proper result. See, don't put your emotions on result. Put your emotions on work. Our life should be work oriented, not result oriented. Work oriented. Results will come. Have faith that if I have put a seed of a mango, I am going to get mango and not coconut there. What I put, I get. Let me put everything so systematically, properly, and don't worry at all about result. About so that approach should be there in life. We want only particular type of result. If we don't get, then we suffer. There is a very interesting joke in our institute. It happened that we have police people who come to learn. Bombay Police is taking training from the Yoga Institute since last 8 years. And there was one incident of police that one policeman was called by his boss that today I need you because we have some 12th standards results are going to come. So you are required. So he said, sir, 12th standard result, what police will do? So he says, you don't understand. There are many children who desire for particular result. If they don't get that, they want to commit suicide. And so you better come and go to that spot, which is very notorious for suicide place, Bandra, Land's End. And so go there with a proper clothes, normal clothes, walk there. Anybody who comes on that land to jump, catch them and bring them to police station. Suicide is wrong, you know that. So it's very fine. So this police was patrolling there right from morning in his normal clothes. And one girl came at 11 o'clock. She was about to jump and he caught him. Hey, commit suicide? Yes. Why you failed in 12th standard? Yes, I failed. All my friends have passed. I don't feel like living. My parents would be unhappy and blah, 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 blah. Police said, do you know that if you jump from here, you'll definitely die? There are big, big, sharp rocks down. Water you are seeing, but your head will just burst. I have come to die. Why don't you understand? So police said, look, do you know what will happen after dying? He says, what will happen? Once you die, everything is fine. He said, no, nothing is fine. Once you die, do you know what will happen? You will be born again. You will be born again. And after 18 years, you will be again in 12th standard. And again, you will have to give your exam of 12th standard. So why can't you give it now? Why next year? Why can't you give the exam next year? What is there to think about all that? In life, all these things happen. Best of the people fail. Some stupid people also get a good marks. We know all educationists, all of us, we know very well that exams are all, they have nothing to do with what you are. You know, the question paper comes, if you've read only those things, you will be able to write. If you have read something else, you may not. And that day itself, suppose something went wrong, your father met with an accident or your mother had an attack and your mind is very much there. So your mind will not work when you are writing a book. So you may be the best, but you may not be able to perform that day well. And the results may be wrong. You don't have to worry about results. Again appear and again go ahead in life. So this is how this man, he must have saved about 28 to 30 children, young children. And children are also clever. They also understand. They are not stupid. They also understand that, earthquake comes and earthquake goes. Problem comes and problem goes. Where is it that you have to work? People will shout and blah, blah, and laugh at you and all that. And then everything would be quiet. So when things would be
That's what, no, people's judgment. I think why people take, expectations of failure so seriously is because they look at themselves or they judge their performance with,
yes.
oh, what is that person going to think? Or, I'm
That
not good
is
enough. And
yeah.
so many limiting beliefs of that life is over, there's nothing remaining.
What people will think, don't even bother. Everybody is busy in their own world. In the beginning, they would, laugh at you. You should also laugh with them when they laugh at you. Why you get hurt? It's your choice. Understand, every child should know that it is my choice to suffer or not to suffer. Somebody talks something rubbish about you, you don't have to feel bad about it. It's his opinion, not your opinion. It's his opinion. He doesn't know how to see good in you. It's his problem, not your problem. Why should you get affected? And so you should choose not to suffer. If I'm walking and fall down, people will laugh at me. Nobody will come to pick me up. Rather, they'll laugh. Now you don't have to feel bad. You should also laugh with them. And look how I fell down. So this attitude should be there. What people will say, that is the worst disease, worst angle of looking at life. People will say, good people will talk good about you, stupid will talk stupid about you. People are all varieties around. You don't have to feel bad about it. It's they and their attitude, their incapacity to see good in you, not yours. So you don't choose to suffer because of others. You suffer the moment you are hurt, when moment you are disturbed, upset, your body reacts. Pressure goes up, this goes, stress goes, and all the problems start. At the age of 20, 28, people have heart attack nowadays. At the age of 30, 35, diabetes and heart attacks and cholesterol going high, and so many problems come because of all such attitude of ours. It's personality which has to change. And it's a question of how you look at life should change. Your thinking should change. Your thinking should not focus on what people are saying. You have to do your work, Baba. So do your part well. Focus on your work and do your work well. And result would be perfect. Focus on yourself. That's the whole approach in yoga. You uplift yourself, do your part well, and everything would be fine. Yeah, Avneet, it has stopped. The movement has stopped. Huh? Atta, she has frozen. Am I clear, Avneet? Huh, the voice is not there. What's wrong? Problem. तू काय करू नको. अरे वेळ तर आपलं चांगलं नेटवर्क.
You can unmute yourself.
I am clear. Your area, something went wrong.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It will flicker. It's because of the internet. So I guess we live in a technology crazy time.
Yeah.
So you can never predict it, but you're still dependent on it.
Yes, yes. We have to be. So this is again, we have to learn a lesson. Sometimes it will work, sometimes not. If it doesn't work, you don't have to feel bad. Wait, have patience, and it will work again. Have faith, and don't get frustrated. That attitude towards life has to be understood. And so I strongly say that first of all, your whole focus should not be on what people are saying, how, whether they'll appreciate or not. That's immaturity. You are not dependent on somebody to appreciate you, somebody to say good about you. You know you have done well, and you should have that your own willpower, your understanding about yourself. Yes, in Bhagavad Gita they say uplift yourself. Uplift yourself. Don't put yourself down. Let the whole world say you are stupid. Don't become stupid because they have said it. You should know what you are, and you should not feel uplifted. Whatever you are, you can always uplift yourself. Since we are alive, there is always a scope for improvement. but we don't put ourselves down. So this whole approach in yoga is that mind is required. You have to analyze, you have to discriminate what is right, what is wrong, and function in life. You don't depend on others. You accept others as they are. Don't try to change them. You cannot change anybody. You donkey will remain donkey, horse will remain horse. You can't make donkey to run like horse. You give a good amount of training to donkey, but donkey can be a better donkey. Can't become a horse. So this is same animals, we have accepted them as they are, but humans we don't. We have to accept every human as they are. Somebody is lazy, somebody is too much talkative, somebody is reactive, somebody is hardworking, somebody talks lies only, somebody is very negative. Always, you can't see good in anything in life. So all such personalities are there around you, and you have to deal with them. So now you want everybody to talk good about you and everybody to cooperate with you? Not possible. They are what they are. Learn
For
to
everybody who is watching, Hansaji is here to answer your questions. Now is the time you hit the comments box, drop in your questions and let me know if there's something you want to ask her, anything related to spirituality, related to yoga, to
life.
wellness,
Life.
to life. Put it in the comments box. Hansaji, I had a question. I remember 5 years back when I had come for a health camp to the Yoga Institute in Bombay. In the satsang, I had asked you a question, which was, is our destiny pre-written or do we create it? I think this is a question which worries many people, causing them anxiety, causing them, cluelessness about, am I responsible for my life or not? So, what do you think? Is our destiny pre-written
Yoga
or do
makes
we
it,
create it?
yoga makes it very much clear that you create your own destiny. But what you have done, worked in your past, that has made the destiny. In sense, you have not done your work properly, or you have done cheated somebody, or
Karma, basically.
you died. Next birth you are in, and then here you will be facing somebody cheating you, since you did cheating. Now, when somebody is teaching you how should you manage, you should know how to live, and so you learn a lesson. Somebody cheated, fine. If you would not have cheated, somebody else would have cheated. So don't blame somebody for your problem. Understand this thoroughly well. Don't blame somebody for your problem. If Mr. X did cheat you, Mr. Y would have cheated you. But what should you do when you got cheated? You learn a lesson that next time you will not have faith, blind faith with people. You will check everything properly, and you will be more organized, more better. Then how could somebody cheat you? So here you are facing what you must have done in past, but how to live is very much in your hand. To live in present, and so you will be doing a better karma. You will not suffer because of your destiny. Destiny creates the situation, but not happiness and unhappiness. But what you do is, how to manage that situation is very much in your hand. Any situation could be taken very positively. You can
Your
learn,
decision.
grow
You
for
said
life.
to me that your destiny is created in the moment of your decision. That is a mantra that I have stamped on my heart.
Exactly. And so don't worry about destiny, because situations in any day, any time, some good and some bad are there. Day is there, night is there. All 50-50% good and bad both are going to come to your life. So you don't suffer because of bad. From bad, so you learn to be more alert, more agile, learn a lesson, become more strong, and move ahead in life. And with good also, you should know some good has occurred, fine. But now good will turn, day will turn into night, night into day. This is part of life.
Good
You
and
don't
bad.
worry about anything. Any problem, if it comes, solution is there itself. You don't worry about the solution. Where there is a problem, solution is there itself. Understand this also well. And so you will find some solution once you quieten yourself, once you see things from different angle, and you will be able to. No problem can put you down. There is nothing like a problem according to me. It's always a situation. And you can always do your best in any given situation. Whatever you can do, you do. And you learn.
Thank you,
So,
Hansaji. If I were to ask you that, how can we build confidence and trust in ourselves?
you see, here, first of all, once you know yourself, you will automatically understand that you can build. In yoga, we use the word dharma, duty. Do your duty. Duty towards yourself, duty towards near and dear, duty towards work, society, nation, humanity. You go on doing your duty. As you go on doing your duty, automatically you gain more and more knowledge about life because you are doing something or other. Once you have more knowledge about life, you live a very objective life. You don't get subjective so much. You don't get affected by ups and downs and all that. You can see things with a vairagya, detachment, as a third party. I would not say my result, I would say a result of a person. And I would see that and go ahead in life accordingly. So this comes, and once this you learn how to live like this, then full confidence comes in you, capacity comes in you, willpower comes in you. Your energy will, nothing will put your energy down, nothing will put your confidence down, but because you have gone through this, you did your duty, you have gained more and more understanding about life, knowledge, dharma, gyan, and you are bringing little objectivity, vairagya, and Aishwarya. You become very strong and capable. So that's a formula. So automatically you will become strong by doing your duty in life. Let me do my part well, and let me do my part happily well. If I am working, let me work happily. If I am working, let me enjoy the work and do the work. That should be my principle of life. And once I do that, I will gain more and more understanding. So that's the
Hansaji, but when we talk about confidence, there's a very fine line between confidence and ego. So,
goal.
how do you identify when your ego is at play?
Actually, it's very correctly you said confidence and ego, it's a very thin line. Confidence, once person has Aishwarya confidence, he doesn't expect anything from the external world. He doesn't overpower anybody in the world. He doesn't demand anything from the world. He is confident about himself and he is doing his job. An egoistic person is absolutely opposite. Ego is a klesha, something which you should never have. Ego is something which demands others to behave what you want them to behave.
In a
Expect
particular
others
way?
to function in a particular. His entire goal is external. External.
Hmm.
Confidence is your internal phenomenon. It's opposite. So we
Hmm.
should try and see that we should never be egoistic. Where is the scope of being ego? Bringing ego. Look at the whole universe. What is our place in the whole universe? How many people are there in it? What are we? A little place like an ant. Our situation is. Where is the scope for feeling egoistic about it? And whatever we are doing in life, we are doing because of so many people's help that we should remember.
True.
One chapati in my plate, so many people have grown wheat somewhere, transported, brought it here, then you bring house. You otherwise have one chapati, there would be lakhs of people who have worked for it. That's why I got a chapati. So where is the scope for ego? So many are helping me to live my life, and I should also do my part in the world, whatever way I can give in the world. So that's how we should live our life. So always be humble, always be caring, always see whatever you can do for others, do. You can't do, don't do. But you should be you understanding that others are contributing in your life. So whatever you can do, you should do for others also. And when you are useful to others, you are most happy. It really
Hmm.
gives you happiness. Yeah.
Ansaji, when you say holistic personality development, I heard you talk about self-awareness, about being in tune with your inner guide, being taking care of your body. When you talk about holistic personality development, is there anything else that you think we need to consciously take guard and take control of to develop and to take care of?
We should know that we are not only individual person in the world. We are very much, whole universe is within me, and I am part of the universe. I'm my part and I should do my job well. And to become a holistic personality, we should focus on doing our duty in life. Duty to see that I maintain my balance all the time. Ups and downs are part of life, but my balance should never be lost. So becoming aware about my balance, my mind should not be too much excited or too much sad. No, maintain balance. That has to be there. My goal in life. So I do that part well, duty towards myself, and see that my health, my thinking is clear, and duty towards near and dear society, nation, humanity. I have so many duty to perform. So we go on doing that. That is how to live holistically. That we are not just selfish, just living me, my work, my job, my money. No, it will never work like that. It should be anything which is good for me but bad for others. That would be a wrong action.
I love how you say duty towards yourself first. You didn't say duty for family or kids, but you said duty towards yourself first. So
Correct.
I think that was amazing.
So,
Hansaji, last two questions. What do you think is the role of communication in personality development?
see, let me tell you, a person, if he can speak, he should definitely communicate. Communication is so important because you are living with others. Any work is done with the help of so many people. And so communication has to be very, very clear. In communication, a person with whom you are communicating, what is his state of mind? Be clear. Somebody is shouting, unhappy, restless. At that time, communicating with him will not do good. Have patience. Let him first settle down and then you speak. Strike the iron when it is hot, not otherwise. So in communication, this should be kept clear that there are two people involved in communication. And so both should be at a level to speak and listen. That is one area. So you have to keep patience. Sometimes you have to wait for 1 or 2 days to really communicate. Second, you need not, sometimes some sensitive matters you need not communicate through mouth. Don't do that. That will increase more emotions. Better you write it down. Communicate through writing. I find that more effective because in writing you are also clear exactly what you want to say and then you say. So write it down and communicate that way. Sometimes people can't talk. Some people talk very less. Some people talk too much. And very often they repeatedly say the same thing again and again. So putting across, writing would be a better way of communicating. And third, sometimes just remain silent and listen. Listening is so important. When you are talking to somebody or want to say something to somebody, be in a listening state. Listen. He may say immediately don't react. Reaction never helps. Reaction should never be done. Act at the right time in a right manner. That's how the communication should be. In communication, the ideal is listening and remaining silent, speaking only if required. And when speaking, opposite person should be in a listening state. Write it down. These are the ways we should communicate, and we should communicate.
Not keep things pent up inside you, for sure. Hansaji, my final question to you today is, what is the single mind shift you would like every viewer to have?
I would say mind shift should be from external world to internal world. Mind shift should be that your inner self is totally in your control. You want to stop thinking, you should stop thinking. You want to tell your body to sleep, you sleep. Your inner world should be completely in your control. And when it is in your control, then you are into abundance. Then that external enslavement should stop. We are just inner completeness will come. And that would help us to live a life unbounded. And automatically he'll be happy and healthier. So that's
Amazing.
my approach.
Hansaji, thank you so much. It has been an honor to have you with me, chit chat with me here on my show, MindShift. आपने time निकाला, you shared your wisdom, your time, your energy. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Hansaji.
Thank you very much for listening to me carefully. But now apply and learn to be happy. That's it. And then you'll do a very good job in life. Don't suffer.
Absolutely.
Don't suffer because of anybody in life. Take a decision. Okay? Now,
Perfect. Thank you, Hansaji. Namaste. Thank you so much.
welcome.